Hello, my name is Shireen and I am a PhD candidate student with the College of Nursing in University of Manitoba. And I am presenting to you my PhD work in progress entitled Exploring Expressions of Resilience in Undergraduate Nursing Students from BIPOC Communities. I know we are gathered at this conference from lands across Canada that belong to many First Nations and many Métis peoples and many First peoples. I've just included a few that have current day meaning for me, but ultimately my personal pledge is to recognize, respect, and assume responsibility to maintain my commitment towards truth and reconciliation, honoring First Peoples and relationships between all peoples here on the original lands of Turtle Island. I wanted my research to represent the unique resilience experiences of nursing students who identify as BIPOC as a pay-it-forward piece of work. The term BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous, and Person of Color. People from these communities are heterogeneous in their lived experiences, and my research welcomes such heterogeneity as unique and worthy of story sharing. The Fuller Toni Morrison quote that propels me with passion for this research topic is, and I'm using her quote and her voice, she says, "I tell my students, when you get these jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. This is not just a grab bag candy game." As a person of color, registered nurse, cisgender, first-generation immigrant, and a part of a growing group of nurse researchers who also identify as from BIPOC communities, this topic is very important to me. BIPOC nursing students have something to tell us. Let us open up the conversations and hear them. Why this research topic? The experiences of underrepresented nursing students of color that create academic disparities have themes including identity of race or ethnicity, cultural difference and expectations, socioeconomic challenges, and presence or absence of social support networks. New terms of engagement with anti-racism to address academic disparities have renewed the academic conversation. Calls for action within the TRC and equity, diversity, and inclusion, or EDI policies, also make this topic relevant and necessary. Are we addressing EDI in nursing education? My work will add stepping stones and considerations for EDI in nursing education and post-secondary environments in Canadian contexts and possibly beyond. Resilience research in nursing education is increasing, but the focus and subsequent strategies are on individual capacities, or primarily based on individual capacities. Cultural and contextual considerations are mentioned but not explored. Intersectionality connects me to these structural and contextual factors of resilience. The term intersectionality used in my research refers to how power relations affect social relations, with a range and combination of experienced oppressions and privileges. No literature was found that couple resilience and intersectionality that may also interplay with individual capacities for BIPOC or underrepresented nursing students. I love Dr. Michael Ungar's definition of resilience that captures the multi-layered concept of resilience that I think shapes the way individuals enact or manifest resilience. And he says, "The capacity of individuals to navigate their ways to the psychological, social, cultural, and physical resources that build and sustain their well-being, and their individual and collective capacity to negotiate for these resources to be provided and experienced in culturally meaningful ways." Ungar's definition illuminates resilience as a process, but as much as individual agency provides ability to navigate and negotiate, he points to the role of families, communities, and governments. And I add nursing programs and post-secondary institutions, which include faculty, students, staff, and administrators. And also structural systems of repression to my research context. An additional reference to intersectional dimensions that impact learning that I found was through Beard and Sanderson's 2022 article, and they stated, nursing education must address educational injustices on behalf of the people and communities graduate nurses will serve to achieve this career goal. Social determinants of learning, or SDOL as they call it, is an actionable model to address learning disparities and expand learning opportunities to support nursing students, diversity, equity, and inclusion. The framework illuminates how non-academic factors threaten educational access and progression and could be used to recognize and dismantle historical threats to diversifying the workforce. The 6 main domains of SDOL include economic stability, psychosocial health, physical environment, self-motivation, and social environment. Not everyone's path to career goals looks the same. How do we create equity in student success? My research questions are, how do nursing students define academic success and academic demands? What are nursing students' perspectives of their adaptive traits, processes, and/or coping strategies? How do nursing students manage program and course demands in order to achieve academic success? Are there structural inequalities that underlie BIPOC nursing students' expressions of resilience? I am going to be declaring my theoretical underpinnings of appreciative inquiry, arts-based research, and intersectionality. But why these theoretical underpinnings, frameworks, or perspectives? Well, arts-based research can give participants a mode of communicating difficult to talk about experiences. Art can also connect us, the outsider, to the affective or emotional realm, and then to the cognitive realm, to arrive at a fuller understanding of the experience of another. It has flexibility of working with student participants in real time and capture in-the-moment experiences on the participants' own terms. There's power sharing between the researcher and the student participants. Students can choose modes of artistic expression that appeal to them: art, photo, dance, poetry, music, with any degree of proficiency to tell their story. Appreciative inquiry, or AI, helps to showcase resilience as a strength-based experience. I want to represent the strengths of BIPOC students in producing academic success rather than a deficit focus. What is working well, and how might we foster and sustain more of it? The lens of intersectionality will help identify and confirm structural levels of influence on resilience and provide informed recommendations at program and institutional level for policy creation and change. I think it will also enhance understandings of resilience in faculty and campus support services staff that are frontline in supporting and promoting student success. Data collection or story sharing is centered on AI's inquiry cycle, and it's a 5-step process that is built around Cooper-Ryder's stages of discovery, dream, which is often split into 2 parts, design, and destiny or delivery. I plan to do this with participants as a group so that they can share stories, build camaraderie and comfort in expressing themselves. I will also conduct individual interviews to corroborate and enhance group stories. A third way I will collect data is to collect story sharing from individual digital journals that offer the in-the-moment pieces or real-time expressions on the participants' own terms and invite their individual artistic expressions through photos or visual arts or music or dance that express their experiences. In terms of impact, I am hoping to provide an understanding of resilience as a very lived experience. I also hope to make a product of digital storytelling and showcasing the students' experiences through their art. I would love to provide recommendations to tailor support at nursing program and campus-wide levels for BIPOC nursing students, and perhaps even other BIPOC students. in other programs. I would love to be able to create systems change that increases program recruitment, retention, and program completion rates for BIPOC nursing students. Maybe it will spill over into other BIPOC students in other programs for this as well. And create systems change that equips BIPOC students to foster enduring resilience to meet career goals and demands of the profession. Some other questions that I might be able to evoke as well are things like, will we change the way we understand student struggles and strategies for success? Will we change the way we create safe spaces and share the power with our students? What types of policies might benefit from change so that we best prepare students to experience program success? Admissions processes and requirements, campus-wide supports such as financial aid, international student supports, such as student visa extensions when students need longer to complete a program, or better access to academic support services, such as on weekends or evenings, or even full-time services. Some institutions don't even have full-time access points. The resilience path and process may look different for BIPOC students, but the goals of academic success are the same for all nursing students. Ultimately, the hope is to expose BIPOC nursing students to enough cumulative successes that enhance resilience and persist well into their transition into their professional practice, thus enabling them to meet everyday practice demands, a goal desirable for all students we teach. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee of the Canadian Doctoral Nursing Network 2022 conference for the opportunity to present my research in progress. I would also like to thank my University of Manitoba thesis advisors and committee members and my co-authors for their kind, thoughtful, and brilliant support in my doctoral program, and that is Dr. Donna Martin, Dr. Judith Scanlan, Dr. Wanda Chernomas, Dr. Francine Morin. I would also like to thank the University of Manitoba College of Nursing and Faculty Grad Studies, admin and staff service support people. And as well, and last but not least, my Canadian Nurses Foundation scholarship support. I would be remiss to tell people how much I appreciate the financial support in their scholarship. Thank you so much for your time, and I welcome questions.